Hey folks, imagine you're standing in your kitchen, staring at a shiny new cooktop that promises all the power of a professional range but fits into the space where your old electric burners live. You've probably been scrolling through countless listings, wondering if that extra ounce of heat or the fancy Wok-Ring is really worth the upgrade, or if you'll end up with something that looks great but ends up sitting idle because it just doesn't match your cooking style. That hesitation is real. You don't want to break the bank on a stovetop that feels like a mismatch for your daily meals, yet you also don't want to settle for a budget option that leaves you wishing for more control. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I dug into the FORNO Cossato 36-inch gas rangetop, the first thing that stood out was the sheer size and the way it's designed to slip in as a drop-in replacement for a typical 36-inch range. That matters because many homeowners think bigger is better but end up with a unit that simply doesn't line up with existing cabinets or ventilation. This model actually comes with a built-in conversion kit for LP gas, which means if your home runs on propane instead of natural gas you can switch without hiring a specialist to fabricate a custom adapter. In practical terms, that saves you the headache of hunting down a third-party conversion solution that might not fit the sealed burner system. Now, who should be eyeing this cooktop? If you're the type who throws together a quick stir-fry after work, a family that loves a Sunday roast, or a weekend grill enthusiast who likes to sear steaks on a griddle, the 6 sealed burners give you a range of heat options from a gentle simmer to a full-blaze sear. The heavy-duty cast-iron grates are sturdy enough to handle woks and cast-iron skillets without bowing, which is a real plus for anyone who uses a variety of cookware. On the flip side, if your cooking routine is mostly limited to simple pasta sauces or microwaved reheats, you might never tap into the full potential of those burners. In that case, a smaller, less expensive gas top could be a smarter financial decision. One practical strength I noticed is the auto-ignition system. No more reaching for a lighter or match, just turn the knob and the flame sparks automatically. This is especially handy when you're juggling a full pan of contents and your hands are already full. The system feels responsive. There's an instant click that tells you the burner is lighting, and the flame stabilizes within a second. For people with kids around, that safety feature can be a peace-of-mind factor because you eliminate the risk of a lingering unlit knob. The Griddle and Wok-Ring accessories are not just afterthoughts, they're integrated into the stovetop's design. When you attach the Wok-Ring, the burner's flame is directed upward, giving you that high heat concentration you need for authentic Asian cooking. The griddle sits flush with the burners, turning the entire top into a massive flat surface perfect for breakfast items like pancakes or for searing a batch of burgers at once. Because the burners are sealed, spills don't seep into the burner ports, which means cleanup is easier and you won't worry about clogged gas lines after a splatter of sauce. However, there are a couple of hidden trade-offs that often get glossed over in the marketing copy. The first is ventilation. A 36-inch gas rangetop produces more BTU output than a comparable electric coil, which translates to more heat and, consequently, more exhaust demand. If your kitchen's ventilation system is modest, you may notice increased humidity or a lingering smell after a heavy cooking session. Upgrading your hood or ensuring a proper makeup air supply could become an added expense you didn't anticipate. Second, the unit's weight is notable. The cast-iron grates and the solid steel construction give it a heft that makes installation a bit more involved. If you're planning a DIY install, you'll probably need a second pair of hands and possibly a specialized cart to maneuver it into place without scratching your cabinets. Another practical weakness concerns the control knobs. They're designed for precision, which is great for experienced cooks, but the tactile feel can be a little stiff for those who prefer a smoother turn. After a few weeks of cooking, the knobs don't wear out, but the resistance might feel like a learning curve if you're used to more forgiving dial designs. This isn't a performance issue, just a small ergonomic nuance that could affect your comfort, especially if you spend long periods at the stove. Let's talk value. The price point is higher than many entry-level gas tops, but you're paying for the combination of sealed burners, auto-ignition, and the ability to convert between natural and LP gas without a custom adapter. In my research, The average buyer who values flexibility, say someone who lives in a house that might switch fuel sources down the line, will find that adaptability worth the extra bucks. Moreover, the 6-burner layout means you can keep